is up, you sexy ass motherfuckers? Welcome back to yet another Rome 2 Total War Siege battle. This battle was played by yours truly, along with a couple of my friends, Rambo and Yarug, versus Banana, and I cannot for the life of me remember the two others. Man, I suck. But holy smokes, was this a good battle. This battle definitely comes down to the wire. I mean, at the end, we were screaming and hollering and trying our best to be able to survive in this one. So it was definitely a fun one. So make sure you guys grab your snacks, drinks, whatever you need for this battle, because you're definitely going to need something for this one. It's going to be around 44 minutes, not including this introduction. But let's go ahead and get into it here, guys. This battle was streamed live on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/CAPN4IS. If you guys want to go ahead and talk to me live, see my sexy face, and just overall hang out with me, then I would love to be able to see you guys on the Twitch channel as well. We got the wall artillery shooting at some of the attacking artillery over here. We've gotten one artillery from Egypt broken so far, and then Kush's artillery, we've got one artillery from Kush broken as well thus far. Over here, looking at the actual forces, we'll start with the attackers. We've got Rome, Egypt, and Kush. Egypt over here, bringing plenty of thorax swordsmen, thero spears, Cretan archers, all of the good stuff, as well as your artillery, of course, and then of course some Egyptian infantry as well. Kush bringing plenty of slave infantry, as well as showtail warriors and armored showtail warriors in this one, as well as a ballista. And then looking over at Rome, he's bringing some cavalry, socii equites, uh, wow, and some auxiliary cavalry. I didn't realize that he brought 3 units of cavalry. Holy smokes. We've got legionary cohort, plenty of those guys, as well as some hostati and archers as well. Only 2 archers, though, which was kind of surprising. Oh, I thought he said that he only had 2 archers. Okay, never mind. He did bring a decent archer force as well. Looking over the defending forces, I'm going to be playing as the Seleucids. I spun a random wheel, and so it had chosen the Seleucids. My ally Rambo is going to be playing as Iceni. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, as you guys know, my favorite faction, Pontus, one of the greatest factions in this game, cannot change my mind. They are so good. Pontus over here bringing Hillman, Thero spears, Pontic swordsmen, Celtic swords, mercenary naked swordsmen, and Pontic peltas, as well as Eastern archers, and a chariot. Very excited to be able to see what the Scythe chariot does in this battle. And a bronze shield pikeman general, which was really cool to see, because I never bring pikemen, so it's always really cool to see when somebody else brings pikemen. Iceni also bring in a unit of their chariots, their cheap chariots, 20 out of 20 units. Slingers, they've got their heroic nobles, they've got their chosen swordsband, as well as their regular swordsband, and last but certainly not least, this sexy ass motherfucker bringing in Syrian archers, hillmen, thorax swordsmen. I think I brought some Thero spears as well, and then as well as a royal peltas general with a cav unit. I'm moving them over this way. I thought I saw an opportunity to be able to get some kills over here, so I'm going ahead and moving my light cavalry up to the front gates. Over here, we have Kush that was successfully pushed up their slave infantry in order to burn down this tower here. Great job by Kush. And then I just kind of returned fire with a little bit of those Syrian heavy archers. I didn't really notice because I was so focused on my artillery. We've also got Kush pushing up some slave infantry, seeing an opportunity to potentially get my Syrian heavy archers because I'm so distracted over on other fronts. He's going to go ahead and try to land his infantry and get my archers over here. I do have some hillmen, and my ally does have some swordband here to be able to support, so we shall see what happens. Iceni trying to shoot with his artillery, shoot down some of these towers, get rid of them, so that way Egypt doesn't have nearly as many options to be able to break down or enter our walled settlement here without, of course, without having as many towers. We got another one of Egypt's artillery that was destroyed from some of the wall artillery, so we just have 2 more that are left, 2 more that we could potentially have the opportunity to destroy. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I just got home, so I'm a little bit tired. But yeah, right now we've got a little bit of a slow approach over here on this side. We've got Rome trying to do whatever he can to support over on this side with 2 units of legionary cohorts. I'm not sure why he separated his armies and brought 2 units of legionary cohorts, especially when he has 3 units of cav and a general cav unit. But I mean, he's over here supporting his allies, trying to burn down this gate and do as much damage as he can. So hopefully it'll turn out pretty decently in his favor. Over here, we do have Rome moving up with those legionary cohort. We've got Hillman and Pontic swordsman, a combination of both holding the line, awaiting their opponents to be able to move in on them. We've got auxiliary Syrian archers over here, moved up to be able to get some fire into the Hillman and the Pontic swordsman, try to get as many kills as they possibly can. And then we've got another unit of legionary cohort quickly pushing up a battering ram in order to try and take down this gate, so that way they can start pushing through that area as well. We do have a couple of units of Eastern archers trying to fire down over on the opponent's archer units. They were getting a little bit of side fire on these legionary cohort, but they have their shields up, so they're going to quickly move their focus, move their archer fire over onto their opponent's archers as well, not seeing that Pontus has their archers up in the forest above. Rome over here utilizing their artillery here, their giant ballista, shooting some explosive ammo. That's one thing that I wouldn't ever recommend, guys. Explosive ammo looks really cool, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't do jack diddly squat. It makes a lot of guys fly, but as far as damage goes, you're going to get a lot more damage output if you use either regular shot or fire shot. Regular shot's going to be a lot more accurate, but fire shot's going to be able to travel through a lot more troops if it hits and get a lot more damage off as well. Great positioning by this arrow tower, these arrow towers. Since Rome is attacking kind of this front line over here, the arrow towers are able to get some nice flanking fire over on these legionary cohort while these cheap hillmen hold the line. We've got this hillman breaking against the might of Rome's 2 units of legionary cohorts fighting against them, but that's okay. He's got some troops quickly moving up, some Thera spears as well as some Pontic swordsmen close behind to be able to fill the gap if need be. Looking back over onto the other side here, Kush again. So Kush saw that my archers were in position here and started moving in his unit of slave infantry in order to try and take out my archers. But luckily, my ally Rambo let me know, hey, your archers are about to get charged. They are about to get wrecked. You might want to move them. So we were able to kind of sandwich Kush's slave infantry that moved up here and completely demolish them, which is always good to see. Now, finally, we do have some movement over here by Kush, again, taking the slow approach, moving up those Showtail warriors as well as those slave infantry, moving up a whole bunch of towers over onto this side of the wall to try and get a nice little, try to spread me out a little bit more and just try to continue to force my army to continue to spread out and kind of defend more than one choke point. And we've also got some artillery fire coming in from some artillery. They are firing into this wall, just trying to make a little bit of a breach point in this wall. They were firing at my archers previously, just trying to get a little bit of damage off on the archers. But now they're kind of focusing their fire over on that wall, just trying to do as much damage as they possibly can and take down this wall to make it easier for them to be able to just charge in and get some damage off on my hillmen, which are going to be the initial defense of this wall battle. Over here on Rome's side, I do have some hillmen moved up onto this side. Hillmen that so far have 124 kills. Just trying to get some shots down on these troops, whether it's the legionary cohort or the Egyptian infantry. Just trying to use as much ammo as I possibly can, weaken these guys as much as possible, and try to help my ally as much as I possibly can, because they're taking on a little bit more than just one army here. So I got my hillmen trying to use up all of their ammo and get as many kills as possible. And there we go. Yep. Now we've got the fire ammo starting to shoot into the fort wall. It's got 75% left here, so that fort wall definitely still has plenty of ammo to be able to get some damage in, and their allies, Egypt, are helping them kind of shoot into this wall to try to do as much damage as possible. Looking back over into Rome, I do have my cav here trying to wait for this legionary cohort to break. I do see that he has an archer unit outside of the walls here, so I'm just looking for a good opportunity to be able to charge outside of the walls and get in here. I was looking at the opportunity to be able to charge into the backs of the legionary cohort, but I needed to quickly... Oh, what happened over here? I needed to quickly move Or I'm sorry, I needed to quickly look over onto the other side for something, so now I'm going to go ahead and turn my cavalry around, turn them around, try to get them through the gate and charge into these archers, hopefully take them out to be able to stop their rain of fire. But as you can see, there are a lot of dead bodies here, so Pontus's archers were able to get a lot of damage, 35 kills, 65 kills so far, a lot of damage off on these archers to be able to take them out and stop their rain of fire. For some reason, my light cavalry stopped in the gate for a little bit, so now it kind of gave these archers a little bit of a better opportunity to be able to retreat back to all of this cav. I mean, there is just so much cav. It is insane. So now the archer's going to safely get out of there. They took one loss. They might take a couple more, but overall, really not going to be able to do that much damage. And these light cavalry are going to quickly break against the might of just all of this Roman cav. Insane how much cav Rome brought. So let's go ahead and look over at the other side here. Rome's still kind of just chilling, not moving in quite yet. We've got Kush slowly but surely beginning to make his way up here. We've got a unit of depleted Kushite slave infantry with 0 kills moved up. I'm going to retreat my archers, and then hopefully, yep, there we go. Hillmen are going to charge into battle, charge into glory against the Kushite slave infantry. Which one of the weaker troops are going to win this battle? Only time can tell. The Kushite slave infantry are actually, for their cost, they're a really good unit as well, and can get some good peltis shots out. They're not as good as the Hillmen. Well, no, the Hillman weapon damage is 26. The Kushite slave infantry is 35, so they're actually better. And melee defense is a lot better too, so they're actually going to be a lot better than the Hillman. So we'll see which ones can actually win this battle, but I do have some Hillmen over here on the side, using some ammo over on the flank of this infantry, trying to support their brothers in arms as much as they possibly can. So yes, that slave infantry is going to break, but there are plenty more where that came from. I see that these Kushite slave infantry are kind of showing their side, so I am going to go ahead and start shooting some of my archers, but Kush is doing a great job of moving up those Nubian bowmen to be able to stop my archers from firing. It's really hard for me to be able to get my archers into range and stop them from glitching out and moving all over the place to be able to shoot at these guys. So this is a great move by Kush. Going to be able to get a lot of damage on these guys. Plus, with the artillery fire coming in to support, they're going to be able to get a lot of shooting off on these archers and a lot of damage off. So I'm going to go ahead and retreat my archers and look for a better opportunity to utilize them. Over here, I do have a lot of Hillmen in here. I've got 3 units of Hillmen in the fray against his 2 units of Kushite slave infantry, with more slave infantry moving in. But it looks like, for the most part, this is going to be all the slave infantry that's left. And then we're going to go over to the Shotel warriors. I'm trying to see. There we go. There's the 2 units of armored Shotel warriors. And then over here, I've got Thorax Swordsmen. I've got more Thorax Swordsmen that's taken a little bit of losses here. I'm going to go ahead and move into these Kushite slave infantry, keep them from being able to kind of fully push into this location. So I'm going to go ahead and move in and try to get them killed, get them out of here, get them out of my way. And then I do have some more Hillmen close behind to be able to support this location. But yeah, right now you can just kind of see a large blob of Hillmen over here on this side defending this point. And then, of course, over here on Icini's side, he's kind of done a little bit of a fallback here. Egypt has kind of moved his way into the central territory. We're going to go ahead and let him in here. We just don't really have the manpower to be able to continue to defend this. Plus, the defenders have a really nice, like, archer standpoint on being able to shoot into us as well. And Icini has slingers, so they also have the archer advantage as well. Looking back over onto Rome's side, it looks like Rome tried to charge all of their cavalry in through this gate, but Pontus was able to utilize their Pontic swordsmen to stop their charge, stop them at the gate, utilize the gate's oil and towers to be able to do a lot of damage against this cavalry. Rome still having a couple of units fighting. We still got some legionary cohort over here, as well as a couple of archers, but for the most part, Pontus has completely decimated Rome over on this side, so soon he'll be able to finish them up, clean them up, and then move the rest of his forces over to our side and help support us as well. Over here, I do have a unit of Hillmen. Oh, I thought... Never mind. I have a unit of Hillmen that I had fallen back to be able to try and utilize my ammo to the best of its ability. But now I'm going to go ahead and swap out with this unit of Hillmen. This unit of Hillmen still has ammo to be able to shoot into the flanks. So they're going to fall back, swap out, get a nice little charge bonus in. And then Yeah, these poor thorax swordsmen got flanked. I wasn't paying attention. They kind of just got wrecked here. Funnily enough, this thorax swordsman can kind of see them through the gaps of this building, so they're able to throw some of their javelins through the gaps of this building and get a little bit of kills on these guys as well. And then the artillery continuing to pepper my archers, do as much damage to my archers as they can. Mixed with the archer fire of both Egypt and Kush, it's really hard for my archers to get up there and get a lot of damage in. Luckily, Iceni is. Let me go ahead and drink some of my coffee here, guys. Mm. Oh, so good. Luckily, Iceni was over here with a unit of their sword band as well, so they'll be able to help support me, get some kills over on these Kushite slave infantry, and just help me keep these guys back as a whole. Now I've got more hillmen going in. Hopefully they've used all of their ammo. They're going to go ahead and go back into the fight against these slave infantry and just try to get as many kills as they possibly can. Great job by the attackers. They're really utilizing their archers to the best of their ability, keeping my archers back, not allowing them to move up and get shots against their troops, which is going to be huge, especially when they get these Shotel warriors in the fray. If my archers can't fire at them, if I'm forced to just purely do melee against my opponent's Showtail warriors, then yeah, it's going to be a really, really rough fight for me. I didn't realize that these archers were still out here, still firing until a little bit too late, so they are going to take a ton of damage. They're going to go ahead and retreat, but there are only 38 men left within this archer force. 110 kills so far, not too bad, but I do have to be careful with these guys because they still have plenty of ammo. They may only have 38 men left, but they still have plenty of ammo to use. So I definitely have to be careful with them and try to save them to the best of my ability. Over here, Iceni does have their chosen sword band set up in a great little line formation to be able to hold off against these Shotel warriors. The Shotel warriors are all moving in now, whether it be on this side or on this side. We got to be careful because the Shotel warriors are great at just chopping people up. They do so much damage. So they're going to go ahead and move in, start fighting against these chosen swordsman, which is a great target for them. I'm going to have my hillmen close behind to be able to charge in and try and support my Iceni ally to be able to continue to hold this line, but it's looking a little rough. I do have some thorax swordsmen in here trying to do what they can to hold against these Kushite slave infantry. I've got some hillmen that are starting to break. I've got some more troops that are going to continue to move up here pretty soon, but hopefully it's not too late, and I've got another unit of hillmen with 66 men remaining just trying to do what they can to be able to hold this position and not let our opponents through. I've got 2 more units of thorax swordsmen quickly moving up to be able to try and plug this gap. But Kush is not going to let me retake this land so easily. He's going to go ahead and move up these Kushite slave infantry, pretty much as many troops as he can to be able to keep my men back, to be able to do as much damage as they can. I'm going to be able to charge in 1 unit of thorax swordsmen, get another unit around the fray, hopefully to be able to throw some peltas into my opponents, and just, again, just do as much damage as I possibly can. Looking back over at Pontus, Pontus is starting to fall back his troops, starting to get his troops back over towards my men. Pontus does have 48 kills with his chariots thus far, 9 out of 12 men still remaining, using his chariots to clean out whatever's left of Rome over in the forest here, and just retreating any soldier, any man, woman, or child that still is able to carry a weapon over back onto our side to be able to help support us. He's taken some losses. He's taken some losses with the Pontic swordsman, and he's still got a decent amount of troops left, so it's going to be very, very helpful with our trying to hold off against these troops. We've got the Kushite slave infantry beginning to break against the thorax swordsman. We've got a really, really weird formation. I got my archers in here trying to get some nice side fire and or flanking fire on top of these Shotel warriors. Really just trying to support my thorax swordsman in any way, shape, or form that I possibly can. But yeah, again, these Shotel warriors are going to be able to get a lot of damage in against my troops, especially because this is exactly what they're meant for. They're meant for tearing apart heavily armored troops, and they've got some royal thorax swordsmen here nearby to give them some extra morale and give off some abilities too, so it's definitely going to be helpful for the Kushite army. And they're also going to be able to get some nice javelins off on the flanks of my thorax swordsmen, so that's going to be rough. 40 men remaining, 93 kills, not great, not nearly as good as it could have been. And then we've got some more Shotel warriors just keeping... I do have some archers over here on the side just trying to get some flanking fire onto these Shotel warriors, but the Shotel warriors are not going to allow me to be able to move up. They're kind of moving around to try to keep my archers from being able to fire onto their flanks. And then, yeah, just trying to keep my guys as occupied as they possibly can. We've got the Nubian bowmen from Kush moving over onto the side, just trying to get whatever angle they can, get some side fire, just try to do as much damage as they possibly can as well. And my archers are just getting peppered. I mean, they're trying to do whatever they can to get as much damage off on my opponents as they possibly can, but they're doing a great job of really keeping our archers back, utilizing their archers to the best of their ability, and just making it giving us a really hard time in this battle as well. Looking over onto Icini's side, we haven't looked at it too much, but it's been a pretty big back and forth with Icini. He's been kind of pushing up, pushing back, pushing up, pushing back against the mighty forces of Egypt, just doing whatever he can to be able to hold off Egypt's forces. But Egypt's doing a really good job of both supporting his Kushite allies against me, and continuing to put pressure on Iceni to make sure that he cannot um, push past their forces and get behind any defending forces, get any flanks off. So he's doing a great job on that one. But Pontus has moved up some of their troops: Hillmen, Therospheres, Pontic swordsmen, some of their archers, as well as a lot more of their Pontic swords as well. So they are moving up to be able to support their Iceni brethren, and just try to get as much support going on as they possibly can. I've got some more Hillmen and Therospheres moving it over on my side, so hopefully that'll be able to help as well. And then I've got my Therospheres in action, just trying to get at whatever flanking fire might be able to get on these guys as well. My archers are trying to shoot into the flanks of these Shotel warriors, just really trying to do whatever I can to break these Shotel warriors and get them off the battlefield, because they are just doing so much damage. But now we see the armored Shotel warriors, the best of the best, starting to move in and start to try to get as many kills as they possibly can. My Theros Spears are going to go ahead and get some flanking fire on these Shotel warriors. We got more Shotel warriors going in to be able to try and take their place. These Shotel warriors are beginning to break, but hopefully my Thorax swordsmen here, I thought they were Theros Spears, that's my bad, but hopefully my Thorax swordsmen here are able to get a bunch of kills against these guys. We do have some armored Shotel warriors coming in from behind, coming in from the flank, coming in to be able to try and get some throws off on the flanks of my troops, which they are going to get some beautiful throws off onto the flanks of my Thorax swordsmen, do a lot of damage. And we also have the Kushite Royal Guard General moving up quickly to be able to start getting some damage in. I see he's moving up his general. I'm going to go ahead and move up my Theros Spear to hopefully get some throws off on his general. Try to do as much damage as I possibly can. If I can kill his general and break his morale, that would be absolutely huge. I see his general is running, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get some volleys off against these armored Shotel warriors. Again, do as much damage as I possibly can. And while he's retreating, continue to chase him down with my Thorax swordsman. So hopefully I'll be able to get a decent amount of damage off on these armored Shotel warriors. Over here, I do have some one Thorax swordsman breaking against the Thorax swordsman and Shotel warriors of Kush. My archers are being forced to be pushed back again because of the sheer amount of archer fire that Kush has over here. And my Thorax swords are just not going to be able to hold off for much longer. I mean, between the armored Shotel warriors and the regular Shotel warriors, they're going to get a lot of damage off on me. I do have some Theros Spears shooting into the flanks of these Shotel warriors that are flanking my Thorax swordsman, so it's just a huge mosh posh of just a huge mosh posh battle right here. Really just trying to utilize what other forces I have. I even have my general moving up as well to try to get some shots off on these guys, but really just trying to break these Shotel warriors, break these armored Shotel warriors with the general, trying to take this flank, hold this flank so they can't continue to flank around my Thorax swordsman as well. My archers are they out of ammo? No, they're not out of ammo. They only have 39 kills, so you know they still have plenty of ammo left. But yeah, every time I try to move up my archers to get any sort of shot off, I mean, they just get blasted by archer fire. So it's sad to see. Hopefully my archers are able to move up here soon and support my troops, because they could certainly use it. My Theros Spears, now having used all of their ammo onto Shotel warriors and armored Shotel warriors, are in the fray with some armored Shotel warriors. Again, just trying to keep them from being able to push up onto this flank, and try to keep them from being able to flank my general or do any damage against my Theros Spears over here. My general is starting to break these Shotel warriors, mainly because I popped the battle rhythm and used the whip just to try to break these guys quickly. So now hopefully my general will be able to start getting some nice flanking fire on the armored Shotel warriors and get us just as much damage off as he possibly can. I need to use second wind, which it looks like I did, just because he was tired after so many abilities being used on him. But now he's going to go ahead and just use as much flanking fire as he possibly can. Get some flanking fire off on these armored Shotel warriors. Great job by Pontus really trying to utilize that flanking fire to break these armored Shotel warriors with me. And we're just trying to support our Thoro spears as much as we possibly can. Looking back over onto Pontus and Iceni's side, we've got Pontic Swordsman holding valiantly against 2 units of Thorax Swordsman. We've got Iceni beginning to break over on this side. His Chosen Swordman about to be completely surrounded. But Iceni and Pontus, the combined forces of the two, really just trying to do whatever they can to be able to hold this courtyard and keep them from being able to push into the center. We've even got Iceni's heroic nobles moving up to be able to start getting some good damage off on these troops. Over here, we've got the archers firing again into my archers. I just cannot move them up to support my troops for the life of me. So they're doing a fantastic job of really minimizing my archer capabilities and just minimizing my ability to shoot at anything. I've even got some hillmen in here by Pontus helping me to be able to hold back these armored Shotel warriors. So that way, hopefully, my general and the Theros spears can surround these armored Shotel warriors, take them out, break them, so that way we can focus on other troops like these Thorax Swordsmen or these other Shotel warriors. Kush is certainly running low on troops, but so am I. I mean, I think the rest of my troops are whatever's in the battle. I've got my archer still, but it looks like it's just going to be my general, the Theros spears, and the breaking Thorax Swordsman over here fighting against whatever's left of Kush as well. So definitely a fight that took its toll on every one of us. We've even got, wow, I don't know what the Scythe Chariots attacked, but holy smokes, it looks like they actually attacked these Levi Theros spears over here. They went ahead and attacked them, and now they're moving around the flank to be able to try and kill some of these archer forces. I didn't even realize that Pontus was able to do this. This is huge. Come on, Pontus. Come on, Pontus. Yeah, get those archers. Get those archers. Get those archers. Come on, baby. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Let's see it. I was so focused on trying to kill this general. He's getting around. He's trying to get to my archer forces. Now I've got Pontus's Scythe Chariots going into these archer forces, just getting a ton of kills. Beautifully done, Pontus. Yeah, gotta keep moving around, Pontus. Gotta keep moving around. Keep going. Don't stop, because if you stop, you're not gonna get as many kills. Please, please, Pontus. Please keep moving. Keep moving. And now we got some forces flanking around Pontus's Theros spears. And Pontus's Scythe Chariots are beginning to move again, but they are breaking now. So, I mean, getting a decent amount of kills, but I think they definitely would have gotten more should they have moved around a little bit more. But I get it. He was distracted elsewhere. Now we've got the general with 76 men left. He was able to help break the Theros spear unit. I've got my Royal Peltus utilizing my Battle Rhythm ability to be able to finish breaking these armored Shotel warriors with 262 kills. And now my general is going to have to fight against the enemy's general and really just try to get as many kills as they possibly can. I'm going to go ahead and pop shield wall against this general, try to minimize oh, now the chariots are coming back too. The chariots are going to go ahead and run down these archers and make sure that they don't come back. But yeah, I'm going to try to get my general back. I'm going to pop shield wall formation again and just try to minimize that charge as much as I possibly can. But yeah, great job by Kush, really doing a lot of damage to my Royal Peltus unit. I'm getting a couple of kills, but not nearly as many kills as I need to get. And now I'm trying to focus my archers down on this general, try to get rid of this general and potentially save my general, because he's still got 57 men left, and a Royal Peltus unit can certainly do a lot of damage if I can save him. My whole thing is, like, if I can save him, then he can get more kills on other troops, so that's always the biggest thing. So I'm trying to get rid of this Kushite Royal Guard. Over here, Iceni's trying to do whatever he can against these forces. He's got his heroic nobles fighting against a whole bunch of archers, Shotel warriors. I mean, all the rabble that's left of Kush. But it looks like it's primarily going to be Egypt that's left that's kind of doing damage against us. I had to charge in one of my archers, even though he wasn't completely out of ammo, because Egypt moved up a whole bunch of troops over here. So I'm trying to hold these guys off while I fire into this general, do whatever I can to be able to try to take out this damn Kushite Royal Guard. Just doing... because he is just doing so much damage to my general, and I think this is when my general actually falls. I'm going to use the whip and just try to, again, get as many kills against this guy as I possibly can. But I think that is going to be the last of my general's bodyguard. Over here, Pontus is holding valiantly against Egypt. Pontus and Iceni just really trying to do as much damage as they possibly can, but they just do not have the troops to continue to hold this line. Pontus is going to go ahead and get surrounded here. The Pontic swordsmen. Egypt utilizing their Royal Thorax swordsmen with 153 men left. We've got the Thorax swordsmen moving up against these archers as well. So really just trying to hold off, or I mean, Pontus and Iceni are really just trying to hold this position as much as they possibly can, but they just do not have the melee capability to continue to hold this point. And now the Thorax swordsmen are going to get so many volleys off on these Pontic or these Eastern archers. These poor archers are going to take so much damage. Poor guys. Over here, Kush is still fighting against Iceni's general, the heroic noble, still fighting valiantly against these Shotel warriors. We've got a relatively fresh Thorax swordsman unit over here by Egypt, kind of waiting to be able to move in, letting their Kush allies, man, I really just cannot speak today. Letting their Kush allies try to do as much damage against Iceni as they possibly can before they actually move in with their semi-fresh Thorax sword unit. But now we've got chariots moving into the fray. Kush is going to go ahead and move his general in to be able to try and stop these chariots, but the chariots are going to continue to move, continue to try and break all of these archers. He's sick of these archers firing into them. Yes, they may be out of ammo, but if he can take them out, that's just less bodies for the attackers to be able to throw into the fray, less men that they have to worry about fighting. So he's just going to keep on moving through and just try to get as many kills as he possibly can, even doing a decent amount of damage to the Kushite general as well. We've got Iceni just trying to move away this general, continue to move on, get as many kills against the Kush's royal guard as he possibly can with 41 men left. We've got the chariots continuing to move, trying to get onto the flanks to support his Pontic ally with 32 men left, trying to move into these Thorax swordsmen, which are going to go ahead and form shield wall, try to get as many kills as they can, get as much damage as they possibly can, moving right through those Thorax swordsmen. Chariots are going to go ahead and fall back, get the hell out of dodge. They're sick of being chased, so they're going to go ahead and fall back with 231 kills so far, but they still have a flag. They still have 6 men remaining, so there's still a chance that they might come back. Iceni's general still alive, taking a little bit of fire from something, honestly. I'm not quite sure, but the general is going to go ahead and pop battle rhythm and second wind charge, meet this charging Thorax swordsman head on and just try to take them out and do as much damage as they can. We've got Pontus and what's remaining of my forces. I believe this is my last unit, sandwiching this Egyptian Thorax swordsman unit, just trying to get them off the battlefield. We've got another unit. We've got a unit of Pontic Peltis over here on the flank, just trying to guard the backs of their swordsmen. Now they're going to move around and potentially charge into these Thorax swordsmen as well. But yes, we have Iceni charging in their chariots yet again, going back for some bloodshed, moving into the archers, really just trying to get as many kills as they possibly can. We've even got some levy spheres that are going to throw. Oh, that was dirty. Ow. They're going to throw into the chariots and basically end the chariots' reign. There's only 2 chariots remaining. They're going to get a little bit more kills, but after that, they are done with 246 kills. Not bad for the chariots, not bad. Looking at what's left here, we've got the Egyptian force kind of breaking over here. We've got Kush is pretty much taken out. Rome is taken out. Kush still has his general, 31 men left on the general. Egypt has his archers still, which are out of ammo, but Egypt still has what, 1, 2, 3, 4 units. They've all taken damage over here. 5 units actually with the Levithera spears, and then the archers that are out of ammo as well. But yeah, Kush is basically out of troops. We've got Pontus now actually moving in his troops to be able to support these heroic nobles, take out the rest of this giant ballista, and then Pontus might actually charge into these Nubian bowmen as well. But yeah, we got Iceni moving his heroic nobles to be able to match and meet these Levithera spears, try to get as many kills as they possibly can. But we've got the great Kushite general moving in onto the flanks, getting ready to charge into the flanks of this general. As he's charging his allies' men, the general's going to be able to get some kills with that charge bonus, but he is not going to survive for long because the Kushite general, even though he's circling or turning around to meet the Kushite general's charge, he's not going to be able to survive this one. He's got 32 men left, 330 kills. He did a great job. But yeah, I do not believe he's going to be able to survive on this day. Over here, we've got Pontic Peltus. engaged with the archers. We've got another unit of Pontic Peltis ready to kind of meet this Kushite Royal Guard. We've got these slingers from Mycenae getting ready to be able to fire into the general of Kush just to try to take them out and stop their reign of terror because they've gotten so many kills thus far. He's got 17 men remaining. Pontic Peltis over here, hopefully out of ammo. They are fighting against the general of Kush, but they are going to break against their charging might. We've got um, oh my goodness, why is my mind spacey? We've got Pontus's general, the bronze shield pikeman, turning around to be able to keep these Egyptian soldiers away from the fray. Over here, the Pontic Peltis are actually beginning to break these mercenary Cretan archers, but now they're fighting against the Levothero spears. But look at this. The general's going to try to charge into the slingers, but the Pontic Peltis are going to turn around and quickly shoot into the Royal Guard. Holy shit. That was absolutely gorgeous, absolutely melting. That general's bodyguard did not stand a chance against the might of the Pontic Peltis that still had ammo. What a great move by Pontus. Love to see it. That general got absolutely destroyed, and the slingers still have ammo. So yes, the Pontic Peltis are continuing to hold against the Levi Theros spears over here with 136 men remaining. We've got the slingers trying to fire into these men as well, trying to get some kills against them. The Pontic Peltis are going to go ahead and turn around, start falling back a little bit, trying to show the side of the Levi Theros spears so that way the slingers can begin to fire into them to hopefully take them out, wipe them out, break them, so that way they can start focusing their ammo on more important targets like this unit of Thorax Swordsmen over here or the other units that are slowly beginning to march in this general direction. We've got the Pontic Swordsman actually breaking this unit of Greek Giant Ballista over here. Or it said Greek Giant Ballista, but it said 85 men remaining, so I'm kind of confused as to what that actually was. But the Pontic Swordsman breaking those guys, so now they're going to be able to move in and hopefully get into the flanks of these Levi Theros spears as well. These slingers are going to get a ton of kills because the Levi Theros spears back is turned, so hopefully they're going to be able to break this before the rest of the Egyptian infantry gets into the fray. Let me go ahead and take another sip of coffee here, guys. Oh, God, I love coffee. But now we've got the Pontic Swordsman quickly charging into the Levi Theros spears. The Pontic Peltis, as we saw against that general, probably still has ammo left, so they're going to go ahead and fall back and let these spears take on the Theros or I'm sorry, let the swords take on the Levi Theros spears, but now we've got the Bretonian slingers turning around, getting ready to fight against the Thorax swordsmen, the Galatian Royal Guard, and the Royal Thorax swordsmen that are beginning to come in. It's really ranged fighters, pikemen, and whatever's remaining of these swordsmen and Peltus that's going to have to fight against these very elite units. So we'll see what happens in this one. But yep, the the Pontic swordsmen are doing a great job of taking out these Levi spears. They are in square formation, so they're able to hold for a little bit longer, but they are also levies. They're mercenaries, or not necessarily mercenaries, but just citizens that were kind of called into the battle here pretty quickly. So they are going to go ahead and break against the might of the Pontic swordsmen with 186 kills thus far. Now that the Pontic swordsmen have finished fighting against these Levi Theros spears, they are exhausted, but now they're going to be able to turn around and fight against the Egyptian infantry here. So hopefully they're going to be able to get a little bit more damage in. Maybe they even have some Peltus left over. Who knows? Hopefully they do, so that way they can throw them into the elite units and take them out. And these guys are getting absolutely melted. I mean, they are still somehow not broken. They've got 8 men remaining in this Thorax Swordsman unit. They're not broken. They did finally break, but they were able to actually get into the fray and begin to fight against the slingers before they ran away, which was truly incredible. Now we've got a super smart move from the Egyptians. Now we've got the Royal Thorax Swordsman coming in to be able to sandwich the Pontic General, as well as another unit of regular Thorax Swordsmen, holding off to be able to continue to distract the General and wait until his allies comes over here. But now we've got Pontus moving in with some Pontic Swordsmen, trying to come in to be able to support the General and keep his opponents from being able to move in and just completely sandwich him. Now the Bronze Shield Pikemen have to choose. They're going to get charged in the back by somebody, but they do have to choose who to fight against. They have to choose to fight against someone, and so it looks like it is actually going to be that general. Hopefully they're able to get some good kills against this general in this one. The general is going to go ahead and turn around to be able to fight against these Pontic swordsmen, which is going to give the Pontus general time to turn around and hopefully get some good kills against these Thorax swordsmen. And then we've got the Bretonnian slingers trying to fire into these Galatian Royal Guard. Just try to take them out while they're capturing the point here, so that way they can come in and support their Pontic allies. The Pontic general, I mean, great job by Egypt. He is going to go ahead and retreat this Thorax swordsman away, just continue to tease the Bronze Shield Pikemen, and now the Bronze Shield Pikemen are going to go ahead and charge into these Pontic swordsmen, try and get some kills against them. But their Pontic swords are beginning to break. We've got Pontus moving in his Eastern Archers as well as his Pontic Peltus, but hopefully he'll be able to get his general in soon to be able to get some kills. The Bronze Shield Pikemen are flanked, or they have gotten charged in the flank as well. They are marching slowly but surely into the flanks of the Egyptian general. Hopefully they're going to be able to get in there and start getting some kills. But it looks like the general is going to have to go ahead and turn around and fight against these Thorax swordsmen as well. So Egypt is really just being a huge cock tease right now, with Pontus. Just giving a little tickle, but not the full thing. And these Slinkers are doing a great job of melting these Galatian Royal Guard. They have to use a lot of ammo on them, but, I mean, they've really got to do whatever they can to be able to take out the Galatian Royal Guard with 66 men remaining, 277 kills. But again, these slingers really just need to take out these guard as quickly as they possibly can so they can turn around and support Pontus in their endeavor against Egypt. Now we've got Bretonnian Ballista, one crew, one man, one lone man with amazing haircut coming back in to be able to try and fight against their opponents to support their allies. But yeah, we've got the Pontus General lowering their pikes, charging into the Royal Thorax Swordsman here. We've got some great flanking fire by the Bretonnian Slingers going into the Royal Thorax Swordsman, so hopefully they're able to get some decent kills. But now we've got the Galatia Royal Guard starting to charge into the Slingers, and trying to keep them from being able to fire into the flanks of their general. Which is fantastic. Fantastic moves by Egypt all around. Now we got the Bronze Shield Pikemen going to turn around. We got the Thorax Swordsmen trying to run away, stop their charge. They're going to probably take a couple of losses in the retreat here. At least one. There we go. We got a couple of bodies falling. We've got 85 men remaining. Pontus is down to 135 men. And the Royal Thorax Swordsmen really just will not let up. Now they're chasing down the rest of these Bretonnian Slingers. And again, just trying to keep them from being able to shoot into their men. We've got these Slingers beginning to break. They're going to go ahead and turn around and fight against the Galatian Royal Guard. No, actually, they're going to fall back. It's a game of cat and mouse now. Cat and mouse? Cat and mouse now. The Bretonnian Slingers are going to go ahead and turn around, hopefully get some fire into these Royal Thorax Swordsmen. Try to get some side fire and or flanking fire again. Just trying to do as much damage as he possibly can against this general. This game is so freaking close, guys. Really just trying to support Pontus in any way, shape, or form that he possibly can. Now we've got the Thorax Swordsmen charging into the actual pikes of the Bronze Shields Pikemen, doing their job, but now we've got the Royal Thorax Swordsmen going in, using the whip to be able to try and get their damage output out and try to break this general as much as they can. The general's trying to break these Thorax Swordsmen before the Royal Thorax Swordsmen are able to break him, but it is a tough fight at the moment. Yep, their Thorax Swordsmen are still just continuing to be a little bit of a cock tease. Now the Bronze Shield Pikemen are going to fight against the Greater Thet, which is the Royal Thorax Swordsman. The Slingers are going to do whatever they can to fire into the flank of this general. Will he be able to break it? I do not know. These Slingers were kind of caught out in battle. These Galatian Royal Guard having 18 men remaining. These Slingers really just trying to break these guys, turn around and help their ally as quickly as possible. We've got second wind that's popped off to be able to keep them fresh. General only at 86 men remaining, trying to break these Thorax Swordsmen, but they really just have to keep swinging those pikes up and down and up and down and back and forth and back and forth. It is truly a crazy, crazy fight. The Bronze Shield Pikemen doing whatever they can, but it's a little bit of a struggle right now. We've got some Pontic Swordsmen quickly charging in. They are tired, moving fast, trying to come in to be able to support their general and try to save their general because they have taken just so many losses. They are just getting attacked from all kinds of different sides. So hopefully these Pontic Swordsmen are going to be able to move in here quickly and help save that general as well. The general's in a little bit of a weird formation, so hopefully he's still going to be able to get some decent kills, but now he is completely surrounded. The slingers are firing into the flanks of this Royal Thorax Swordsman general. We got the Pontic Swordsman charging into the Thorax Swordsman. We've got the lone Bretonian Bastion Ballista coming in to be able to try and support as well, but it looks like Pontus just cannot take the heat on this one. He is completely surrounded, and it looks like, yep, he is going to go ahead and break on this one, and because the general broke, these Pontic Swordsmen are not going to be too far behind him, but we still do have one Bretonian Slinger with ammo left. He's just going to continue to fire into the fray, try to get as many kills as he possibly can. Come on, let's see a volley, let's see a volley, let's see a volley, let's see a volley. These Galatian Royal Guard have taken so many slinger shots. It's absolutely insane. They have 5 men remaining, and yet somehow they are still charging in. They are not broken. They're moving into the slingers, and they're going to stop them from being able to bring in the rain of fire. We've got 74 men left with the general, and we've got 56 men left within the regular Thorax Swordsman unit. The slingers are going to go ahead and fall back because even though there's only 5 men left, those 5 men could destroy an entire slinger unit. I mean, those Galatian Royal Guard are just insane. Now the slingers are hopefully going to stop, turn around, get some fire into these Galatian Royal Swords, and just hopefully break them so that way they don't end their whole reign of terror. And yep, rocks are too much. Rocks beat a very, very heavily weakened troop, a very heavily weakened unit, and now rocks are going to go into this Royal Thorax Swordsman. The attackers have taken this victory point, so we are now on the timer. Can the Bretonian Slingers break the general, break the rest of this army before they are able to fully allow the time to run out, or will the attackers take the victory on this one? I don't know, guys. This is a really hard... I mean, this is just such a close battle. The slingers have done so much damage, 181 kills with these slingers. I mean, and they're still getting a decent amount of kills on these Royal Thorax Swordsmen. We've got the other unit of Thorax Swordsmen quickly moving in to be able to fight against these guys as well. But the slingers are actually out of ammo. That was their last volley, so they're going to go ahead and charge in valiantly. Charge into the Royal Thorax Swordsmen, try to get any kills that they possibly can. One last hope to protect their lands from those that wish to invade it, but it is not enough. And the attackers are going to take this battle by the skin of their teeth. That was an insane battle, guys. Let's go ahead and look at the kills. Look at the losses here. Looking at my kills and R.I.P.'s kills, I was second to last on the kills. I did not do good this game. I had 1,728 kills. I deployed 2,960 men, 123, 112, 143, 155, 145, 103, 147, 116, 104, 100 on my side. R.I.P. being the top of the scoreboard during this battle. 315, 378, 138, 172, 136, 205, 121, 146, 196, 320, 126, 124, 290, 328, 110, and overall just doing a great job. Looking over at Rambo 2003 kills, and then we've got Rome with 1,193 kills. Rambo Tom 330, 251, 169, 181, 184, 135, and then doing good with the rest of his troops. 120 on that sword band over here. Rome getting some kills over here. 162, 105, 200, 284, getting a little bit of kills here, just weakening Pontus. Yarug being top tier of our team, really just carrying us during this battle. 203 with that Peltus. 130, 307, we got 213, 103, 158, 140. Last but certainly not least, we've got Banana with 228, 111, 136, 214, 263, 271, 212, 116, 121, 115, 148, 173, 277, and 293. Guys, that was an incredible battle. I certainly love to be able to cover that one. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you guys are feeling extra generous and you made it to the end, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're feeling super, super generous, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to reach 300 subscribers by the end of February. If you guys could help me reach that, I would love you forever. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you sexy ass motherfuckers in the next one. Peace.